Young Pigger was pink and agreeably round, the happiest piglet in all of the town. He'd oink with a chuckle, he'd wiggle his snout, always ready for adventures, no room for a doubt. With a spring in his step and a curl in his tail, he dreamed of big journeys that never would fail. Let's go somewhere new, he would squeal with delight. Let's fill up our day from the morning till night. Then there was Figgle, a frog of bright green, the bounciest fellow you've ever yet seen. He'd leap over toadstools and lily pads wide with a ribbit and grin, taking life in his stride. His long, sticky tongue could snatch flies from the air, and he'd wear funny hats with a flourish and flair. Figgle loved laughter and silly new games, and calling his friends by their funniest names. And with them, K.koku, a bird wise and neat, with spectacles perched on the top of his beak. He carried a map and a compass so true, and always knew just what the trio should do. Though cautious he was and a little bit shy, he'd follow his friends to the sea or the sky. Let's be careful, he'd chirp, with a thoughtful small blink. But adventure is grand, is what I truly think. One bright sunny morning beneath the blue sky so vast, a plan it was hatched that was destined to last. Let's visit our friend dear old Zizzle so sweet, cried Pigger and Figgle with fast tapping feet. K.koku consulted his charts and his guide. To Zizzle's, he chirped, with you two by my side. So they packed up some snacks, a red yo-yo, a ball, and set off together to give Zizzle a call. The pathway to Zizzle's was twisty and long. They walked and they hopped, singing a travel-along song. The sun climbed up high, then it started to dip, and Figgle declared, I am losing my zip. Pigger's short legs were beginning to tire, his cheerful pink snout was losing its fire. Even K.koku, with his map held up tight, admitted, perhaps we should rest for the night. Just then, through the trees, with its paint bold and bright, a building appeared, a magnificent sight. With windows that winked and a door grand and wide, the Hotel Negafushi. K.koku then cried, the finest hotel for a mile and a bit. A perfect place, friends, for us all now to sit. Pigger oinked softly, oh, can we go in? My trotters are sore, right down to my shin. They trotted and hopped to the big wooden door, hoping for welcome, and beds on the floor. The lobby was grand, with a carpet so plush, but the price for 3 rooms made them all say, oh, hush, just 1 room, said Pigger, is all that we need. We're small and we're friendly, yes, friendly indeed. The clerk raised an eyebrow, a snoof in a suit. 1 room for you 3? Well, that is a hoot. But Pigger just smiled, and Figgle looked sweet, and K.koku promised they'd be oh so discreet. So they paid for 1 room, number 703, a tiny room truly for creatures like 3. We'll manage just fine, chirped K.koku with cheer. As long as we're quiet, there's nothing to fear. They took the small key with a click and a clack, and into the lift they all started to pack. The room was so small, it was quite a tight squeeze for Pigger and Figgle and K.koku's unease. There was 1 little bed and a chair painted blue. Well, this, Figgle croaked, is a fine how do you do. But Pigger just giggled, let's make it a game. And he bounced on the bed, calling out Figgle's name. The mattress went sprawling, and the pillows did fly, as Pigger the piglet soared up to the sky. Figgle, not wanting to be left behind, decided some lampshade adventures to find. He leapt from the desk to the curtain so green, the bounciest frog the hotel had yet seen. He swung from the light cord, he slid down the wall, exclaiming, this room isn't boring at all. K.koku tried hard his new bird book to read, but Figgle kept landing right close to his head. Then Pigger found spoons and a little tin tray. Let's make some music. He oinked in his play. He tapped out a rhythm, a clanky clonk clink, while Figgle sang loudly, ribbit-dee oink. K.koku joined in with a whistle so shrill, their concert resounded all over the hill. They laughed and they tumbled, a happy-go-heap, forgetting that other hotel guests might be asleep. The noise, it grew louder, a hullabaloo, with oinks and with ribbits and bird whistles too. A pillow exploded in feathers so white it looked like a snowstorm had come in the night. They danced and they pranced in their small little space, a smile on each happy, adventurous face. They didn't intend to cause any such fuss, just 3 happy friends being boisterous. Then bang! Went the door with a thud and a crump. Standing there fuming was Mr. Von Clump, the manager grim with a face long and sour. This racket, he roared at this very late hour. This simply won't stand. This will not be allowed. You noisy young creatures, you boisterous crowd. I've had complaints plenty from down in the hall. This jumping, this singing, this bouncing the ball. Pigger looked sheepish. Figgle hid near the floor. K.koku adjusted his specs by the door. We're terribly sorry, K. Koku then peeped. Our fun got away, while the other folks slept. Mr. Von Clump just harumphed with a glare. His moustache was bristling right up in the air. You'll pack up your bags. You will leave here tonight. This hotel needs peace and quiet and light. But just as he spoke, from behind his wide back, A giggle was heard, then a friendly quack-quack. A fluffy pink creature, with eyes big and bright, stepped out from the shadows and into the light. "Oh, Herbert, dear Herbert," she said with a smile. "Don't be such a grump. Stay and chat for a while. These are my friends whom I told you about. Pigger, Figgle, K.koku, please give a big shout." It was Zizzle herself, their own dear sweet friend, the manager's girlfriend right there at the end. Mr. Von Klump, now called Herbert, turned red. "Oh, Zizzle, my dear, is this what you said?" The moral is simple for one and for all. Don't judge by the noise when you're having a ball. For sometimes a ruckus, a bump, or a squeak leads to good friends and the joy that you seek. And sometimes a manager, stern though he seems, is just waiting for Zizzle to share happy dreams.